There's a lot of impressive aviation engineering achievement here at the National Air and Space Museum in the Washington, D.C. area. So it's pretty fitting that not far from here, Garmin is about to accept the prestigious National Aeronautic Association Robert J. Collier Trophy for its Emergency AutoLand system. That's a big engineering win, not only for Garmin, but for the general aviation market long into the future. This National Aeronautic Association's Robert J. Collier Trophy is pretty competitive, and it's a pretty big deal. Dates back to 1911, and the trophy is awarded annually for the greatest achievement in aeronautics in America with respect to improving performance, efficiency, and safety of air or space vehicles. Look back in Collier history, you'll see names like Glenn Curtiss, Orville Wright, Howard Hughes, William Lear, NASA, Cirrus Aircraft, and now Garmin for its Emergency AutoLand system.
The trophy's about 7 feet tall and weighs about 500 pounds. It's even bigger than Shaquille O'Neal.
Now, officially, Garmin gets the Collier Trophy for designing, developing, and fielding AutoLand, which is the world's first certified autonomous system that activates during an emergency situation to automatically control and land an aircraft without human intervention.
So, Eric, before we engage the Emergency AutoLand, what might we expect once we do hand the command over to the airplane?
So once you press the button and like you said, the command is handed over to the airplane, it's going to go into a level mode. It'll run a algorithm to find the nearest suitable airport. Once it finds that airport, it's going to navigate to that airport. It'll communicate on frequency, tell ATC that we're headed to that airport, and then it'll conduct an AutoLand where it automatically deploys the flaps and gears and gets us down to the runway and stops on the runway.
As we looked at doing this, and it came to the conclusion that we really have the ability to do this, it became really a calling for us, a duty, or even a responsibility to make this difference in people's lives. And I looked to the regulatory authorities. We're working directly with FAA and EASA on this, and they've been great partners. They recognize the opportunity. I think people always ask the question, what about, or it's easy to say no.
Well, the FAA ultimately said yes. That was Garmin's Phil Straub when I interviewed him back in the fall of 2019. That's when Garmin was knee-deep in AutoLand's long certification process. The system went on to earn FAA-type certification as standard equipment in the Piper M600 single-engine turboprop, in the Cirrus Vision Jet, where it's called Safe Return, and in the Daher TBM 940, where it's called Home Safe.
There are over 350 aircraft equipped with AutoLand, and that number increases daily. We all know that it is not a matter of if AutoLand will be called upon, but when. Ooh. And when it does occur, then, and only when, then will that purpose of our work be truly fulfilled.
Let's not forget the sizable engineering effort that's behind Emergency AutoLand. Lots of engineers that you often don't hear from.
I was the project manager and lead systems engineer on this project as we went through OEM and aircraft manufacturer certification and design process. And I can tell you this was not an overnight kind of thing. We had a lot of building blocks, as we call them, from the time that we had really committed to working on AutoLand. And just there's so much that goes into it. There was the development itself of the different safety features that already were in the system. There were the features that we had to add to make this system make sense. You know, things like an automatic anti-brake system that just didn't exist for the Garmin system before. So we had to design that and test it. And there's obviously things that were challenging, things that really took additional effort. And I really admire the engineers I got to work with on this because they really tackled those and worked to have the best solution, the best outcome, and the best engineering design for it. And even still, we have all of these things that we have planned for the future of improvements and ways that we can make this more robust, better, and serve more markets. Really, that's our next big goal.